Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at a team with a Double Dunsparce. And this is, gameplay here that I recorded just last night when the Great League came back. I actually saw on YouTube already as well that I think like a Japanese YouTuber had the same team as well. I didn't steal, but it is the only way where it makes sense to run a Dunsparce, but also be the Dudunsparce in one team is with a Togekiss in the lead. It is the only way on how this team really makes sense. And this team was honestly really strong, and I like this team a lot. And honestly, you're gonna see it today as well, and how strong Dudunsparce can be even in the Open Great League. I want to try it out just because it seems like a little bit worse than Dunsparce, but it doesn't seem that much worse. But also, if you have Dunsparce already, nobody really expects 2 Dunsparce, right? Or in this case, more 3 Dunsparce. It's like Dunsparce. I don't know. Anyway, they're going to have here a team actually against us with the Shadow Golem, which is quite spicy. Funny one. Has buffed Volt Switch. Has, I guess, Rock Blast here. But you're going to be able to go for the Drill Run with the Dudunsparce. Dudunsparce is going to be able to get the KO here with that one quite easily. And with that, the opponent's going to have their Fortress in the back. And the cool thing here about Dudunsparce is you're going to have a little bit more damage output compared to the Dunsparce, which you're going to see here with the Drill Run. That is doing quite some solid damage. Enough damage to kind of put it already into the Aura Sphere range, as we can even take the hit here. And we can swap out afterwards. And this is going to be great, because we still have the energy there on our Pokemon. We still have the Aura Sphere here. The opponent swaps out into the Malamar, gets packed down. And with that, we are going to be able to win this battle. So, yeah, this is a fun team to run. It's honestly such a fun team to run. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And I use the Dunsparce as a say-so because you have a little bit more bulk, and this little bit more bulk can help out in matchups like this one. We're going to have here the Rages coming through. That's not going to do enough damage, of course, to knock us out, but now we're going to have 2 Drill Runs. And this is going to be great, because now we're going to be able to force the shield from the opponent or the KO. Somehow I missed some bubbles there, sorry about this. Doesn't matter, they shield anyway, so that's cool. But now we're going to be able to get an energy advantage with our Togekiss. And Togekiss with energy advantage means we're going to have coverage now against the Bastion with that, nice charging there with the Aura Sphere, which we're going to go for now as well. This is going to be great. It's going to put them into range for 1 Drill Run. And so I'm going to decide to even go up for another Aura Sphere, go for that first, to try to get the final shield from the opponent, because now I can kind of plan a little bit more on what I want to do here with my final Pokemon. As we will see, the opponent just forfeits here. They had most likely a Flyer in the back. That didn't work out for them, or we can move on to the next one. We will face a Shadow Altaria. Still on my list that I want to also still build. I have one that has pretty bad IVs, but it is what it is. I only got a Quillfish after the event, which has really great IVs for the Great League, but I can't try it because I don't have, the move of it, but it is what it is. But yeah, we're going to see here the Credilli against us. It's a bit more of an awkward matchup, but generally, it's going to be a matchup where you're going to be able to get a bit of an advantage here. In this case, a shield advantage with your Togekiss, because you're just faster, and you have the great coverage move of the Aura Sphere. And so, they're going to be able to go for that Rock Tomb here, but I don't really care too much because we're still in a solid position. Our Dunsparce can take those hits. Our Dunsparce can do some damage as well with those Drill Runs, and we're going to be able to take another hit here as well. There's nothing that can knock us out here, not even a Grass Knot. They go for the Rock Tomb anyway. And I swap out into the Altaria. And that's fantastic for me, because we can go for the Rock Slide. It's double debuffed, but it's going to allow us to put us now into the position where the Togekiss comes in. We should be able to generally outspeed the opponent. We're going to be faster to the moves. But here's the thing. We kind of still want to be a bit careful here. We hope that the Side Shock is going to be enough. It's a non-stab move. It's a God move, but like I'm not too sure if it's going to do enough damage. It does enough damage, and with that, the Altaria goes down. Credilli comes in. Credilli comes down. And the only Pokemon left in the back there is going to be an Empoleon. And now we're going to have Dudunsparce here. And again, Dudunsparce does a little bit more damage than the Dunsparce. And we're going to have a super effective Drill Run. Let's guess on how Empoleon likes super effective Drill Run. Just a general guess. Does it knock it out? Does it do half? Oh, we don't know. It's a non-step move. Oh wait, it's gone. And we can move on to the next opponent, where we face the hardest answer for this team, which is Shadow Scissor. Here, there is not a lot that I can do about it. We have Hypno coming in, and we are try our best here with our Dunsparce. We have kind of perfect fast move timing in order to get the most amount of energy for giving up the least amount of turns. But the issue here is that the Drill Run really doesn't do a lot of damage here. And that's quite a bit of a significant issue, because they're going to be able to now knock us out, and they have the moveset that I wanted to try out the last time we tried out Hypno, which I can now try out because I was at a regional and got a ton of TMs there. If you haven't seen this yet, if you want to go to like a regional or whatever, you get a ton of TMs from the stops. Like basically nearly every stop had that for me. And here I'm just in such a bad position, I didn't have a chance anywhere, so I forfeited. Against Jumpluff though, we're going to have basically 3 Pokemon that are going to be good against it. But I want to keep my Togekiss alive and healthy and with energy, and so I swap out onto the Acrobatics in order to get out the Lapras? That's not a great matchup for the opponent. This is going to be a Pokemon that is not going to appreciate the Rock-type coverage that we have on this one. As you're going to see here, with a recent update, Rock-side is actually going to be enough to knock out the Lapras in 2 hits. I was curious if we would be able to survive a Sparking Area. We're definitely not going to be able to survive a Scalbish there. But we're going to be able to go into our Togekiss now and go for that Aura Sphere to get that KO, to get the Jump Love back in. And we're gonna be able to swap out of here now as well into our Dudunsparce. We're gonna be able to use a shield, that's gonna be alright. And this is going to allow us to get the, hopefully the Rock Slide off soon. The Rock Slide should be maybe even enough to knock them out here. It's the super effective hit. The Dudunsparce is a little bit more attack. We're gonna get the shield, and I'm happy with that. Like, I'm honestly happy with it. I can use another shield here as well. And Dudunsparce does some solid things here. It's going to be able to get to the Smootherize fast, and we're going to see a Feraligatr coming in, where I am going to be able to take another hit, but I don't need to, because I have so much energy on my Togekiss. I can just go ahead and go for an Aura Sphere. I can even go for another Fast Move first, and then go for another Aura Sphere in order to knock out that Feraligatr, and with that, the opponent has no chance here anymore. This team just pressures so much with the charge moves that you have on it. It is ridiculous, and so we're going to be able to move on to the next opponent, where we will face up against the Ninetales, and I stay in to get the energy. What you want to do with this team is try to get energy on your Togekiss. Togekiss with energy is so good in the current meta. It has coverage against nearly all of the Pokemon that you kind of want to answer with it, and so I just enjoy playing it like this, especially when we catch a move. Also, the Switch Lock is unaligned, and here they're forced to go for either Close Combat or the Ice Punch, depending on what they're going to have here. They're going to have the Ice Punch, which is kind of sad. Because now it's going to do also some damage here, otherwise they could have let the move go. But yeah, we're going to be able to still do so much damage with the Togekiss. We're going to be able to go for the full farm down, and now we have 2 Aura Spheres stored, and I can go ahead and... Do I swap out straight away? I do swap out straight away against the Ninetales, and in comes the Gas Gym. This is going to be a bit of an awkward matchup, but we can go for those Stray Runs. Stray Run is going to do some solid damage. We just have to be a bit mindful about how we play with our Dudunsparce here. It's kind of a hard counter team so far, to be fair. We had like a fighting type Pokemon in the back, now we have a Pokemon in the back that resists our fast move, and they're gonna go for the bait, which is even worse for me. But I can go ahead and go for our Drill Run here. And that's going to allow us to now kind of turn down the Switch Clock, allows us to catch the move here. It is going to be that Water Pulse, but we can still take it, and we can go for the Aura Sphere, and we can go for another Aura Sphere straight afterwards as well. And so the opponent's Ninetales has to take those hits, but can we knock them out with a 1 Rock Slide from our other Pokemon here, from our Dudunsparce? Let's see. We're going to be able to go for the Rock Slide here. It's going to be doing some super effective damage here, and this is going to be enough to knock them out. And with that, we're going to be able to also go for the full farm down with our Rollout user here and knock out the opponent. Just to face the hardest wall in the back again here, we're going to have a Scissor. By the way, all the battles I did with this team are in this video. There's nothing cut out, there's nothing to try to make something look better than it is. I had a lot of fun with this team. This team was great. This team was so much fun to play. Here, great catch from the opponent onto the Corsola. Corsola, generally speaking, not a bad Pokemon for us, because the Ghost typing is resisted by our Dunsparce, both of them. But of course, here in the scenario we're in right now, a bit more tricky. I can still go for another charge move on the team Pitta, which is kind of cool. Dunsparce is kind of doing its job. But what we kind of have to do here is we kind of have to farm down with something. And honestly, in hindsight, I would have rather swapped out of here into my other Dunsparce and just get more energy. I think energy would have been so much better here in the scenario. I think I misplayed this game a little bit with how I played it. I should have kind of valued more the charge moves on my Pokemon, because we need to get rid of the Scissor. In order to get rid of this Pokemon, you kind of need to get an energy advantage with Pokemon in order to force those shields, because if shields are up, Scissor's just gonna farm me down. Like, Scissor's not really caring too much about what you're doing. But then again, if the opponent would have not been able to catch the move here, I would have been in a way better spot as well, because then a Rock Slide would have done so much more damage, and a Rock Slide would have put them into range where I could even peck them down here, because we have 2 Rock Slides coming through here, and you see already on how much we did there. I would have been in such a better spot now. Like this, I'm gonna be forced to use a shield, but I'm not in a position where I have any chance here. If we just actually got to the Rock Slide, I would have been fine. So, while this was a very tough team to deal with, the opponent played well. Like, I don't want to say that, oh my god, I would have won if X, Y, Z would have happened. The opponent played really, really well, catching the move there. Well done. But also, this was winnable. It was absolutely winnable if I would have played it a little bit better. So yeah, against Scissor, you kind of want to keep your energy if possible. It's just what it is. Tokus up against another hard counter. Like, we're not getting lucky at all. Like, we are not getting lucky at all over the matchups that we had. We have now again the Annihilate. This time around to go for Ice Punch, which is the right call to do. If I actually went for an extra fast move here instead of going for the Drill Run at this point, I actually would have been able to get off 2 Drill Runs and would have got the shield. That's in hindsight. I know that now for the next time I'm going to try to play my Dunsparce against an Annihilate. They'll go up to 2 charge moves first. If they have Ice Punch, I know I still survive it. But yeah, that's knowledge they have now. It's not the knowledge they had then. Could have played a little bit better. Could have got a shield from the opponent already. Or alignment, which would have been even better for me. Now, I'm 1 shield down. And I would have a great matchup here with the Dudunsparce. But there's a lot to carry for this Pokemon. While the opponent is going to have the Shadow Claw, which is going to be resisted. And I'm going to be able to go for the full farm down here. We are still 2 shields down. We are still 2 shields down. I could have went for maybe a little bit of an unshot and got an extra free fast move in there. But like, would have really mattered? I'm not too sure. Drill Run is coming in. My only hope here is that I can maybe catch a move from the opponent. Like, that's the only thing I can redo here. Can I catch a Mud Bomb on our Tokus? That's my question right now. I am going to be able to go for another charge move here. This is going to force very likely the next shield. And they're very likely going to try to get rid of me as soon as possible. So I'm going to try to stop out of here. It's going to be the Aura Sphere, but I saw already the fast move coming through from the opponent. So yeah, that is mostly not going to work here. But we got them low already. And I don't think that Discharge is enough. Discharge is quite a bad move. And as you can see, it is not going to be enough. They go straight for another one. Can we actually still knock them out? A drone is going to be super effective. Our Dudunsparce is going to have a little bit more attack than the normal Dunsparce. Is this going to be enough to knock them out? Yeah, do we actually come back from this battle? Nope. They survived with 1 HP. 1 rollout was all it takes to knock them out. But we didn't get it through. And with that, we are going to lose this battle. And we can move on now to the next one. We're going to have the Jump Love against an Elite. And we do the same stuff that we just did before. We can swap out into our Dunsparce and try to win this matchup like this. Aerial Ace not really doing a lot of damage. Third coming in. That's going to be quite a neutral matchup for us. We can just go for the Drill Run spam. That is going to be ideal for us. Of course, third can wants to avoid the Fairy typing in the lead and also the Fighting type coverage that we have on that one. Well, what you can do is just let the move go. It doesn't matter. Trailblaze. It really doesn't matter. We're going to have the Drill Run now. That's going to be our right for us. And I could even swap out of here into my Togekiss again. I decided to go ahead and rather kind of value the energy, which I tried to do before earlier already. Or like, which I should have done earlier already. But now I'm going to try to value that energy on the Dunsparce and see if this is going to work out for me. Because I'm good against the one Pokemon that we saw already. But as you can see here, they're going to have the Azumarill now on the back. And honestly, I think I'm alright here. While, yes, we don't do a lot of damage, they're still going to be forced to go for some charge moves against me. But also, I see the Switch Dog coming back up. We have still our Dunsparce in the back. I can use it as basically a sacrificial swap here. But the opponent actually doesn't want to go for a charge move and rather takes a Drill Run from me, which I find quite interesting. They're going to be quite low. I can still use my Dunsparce here, my Dudunsparce, as a shield basically. I just take the Ice Beam. And now it's down to me with a Togekiss with 2 shields against a Flyer in the Jump Love and the Azumarill, which is going to use the shield here. So, it's 1-to-1 shields. Azumarill is out of energy, so I know I can fully farm them down here. They're of course going to swap out of here. So as long as I'm going to win that Jump Love matchup here, while keeping myself at a respectable amount of energy, I should be alright. But I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to do that, because what we see next is going to be a shield coming up against the Aerial Ace. So as soon as an Acrobatics is going to land against me, I'm going to be in a bad spot. But what we see is, they get the fast move through here, which means I have back-to-back charge moves, and it's easily going to be enough to knock them out. And I know I don't need the charge move for the Azumarill, and so I am going to be able to get the KO here. I am going to be able to knock them out. I am going to be able to win that battle, and I can go for the full farm down to move on to the next opponent, where we will face that Charger Bug against us. In comes the Scissor against us as well, and we can go for the Drill Run. This is going to be alright for us. We are going to be able to now, get a lot of damage against them and kind of get rid of the Scissor early, which is cool. I don't even need to shield here. I can go for the full farm down. Ninetales is coming through. It doesn't really matter. I still should be able to farm them all the way down. If I just use a shield now, I have alignment. I got rid of the Scissor, which is going to be great for me. And I will see what they're going to have in the back now. They will go ahead and go into, let's see, the Charger Bug, where I can still reach that rock side, which is great. And I am going to, just go down here, and I just go into my Dudunsparce, which is going to do some super effective fast pressure as well, putting the Charger Bug already into the deep red health, which is going to be cool. And we have a rock slide, which I could potentially go for, but I'd rather catch the charge move onto my Togekiss. It's a double resisted hit, and they're going to be forced to swap out into their Dusclops. It's definitely the best way of playing this one out. But here's the issue. I still need to find a way against the Dusclops. Like, my best play, of course, is going to be my Dudunsparce, which does resist the Hex damage from the opponent as well as the Shadow Claw damage, but they still have access to Ice Punch, and as long as I can shield up the Ice Punch here correctly, I should be alright. And I'm not. They did a great play here by catching this move, basically. I was hoping they would go for the Shadow Punch again, thinking it's enough damage. It is not. It's going to be the Ice Punch. They got us up out in the Charger Bug, which is even worse because they are energy dry on the Charger Bug. I could have got some energy against the opponent with that one, but like this, they're going to outspeed me here. It needs to be the Ice Punch knock me out. It is going to be the Ice Punch. And so there were so many different ways of me winning this battle. This was not it. And this is the thing as well. While the results maybe weren't as great, like I still went, I think, positive with this team totally. I could have won so many more battles, and this kind of showcased again the potential of the team. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and we'll see you then. Bye bye.